You are in for a treat today if you are an emerald lover, if you are a lover of gemstones, or if you're just a gemstone collector. You're about to see some of the finest in the world. You're about to see more than what you would see if you were to go to a mall jeweler, your typical mall jeweler, whomever in your neighborhood, your jewelry store, wherever. You're going to see more product here, I think, than most of them have in their entire inventory, probably your entire town, depending on how big your city is, right? That said, it's quite simple to go about getting one of these pieces. There's going to be something in here for every single price budget, whether you're, wanting to spend a couple hundred, a little less with a budget pay. I'm sure that's going to be feasible. If you're wanting something in gold, etc., platinum, you name it. We're going to kind of be all over the map here, right? We've got gents rings. Oh, no. You were doing so good, too, John. Till that 12. But makes a killer pinky ring. This is coming up, guys. We didn't forget about you, gentlemen. I'm always looking for a ring. I'm always trying to make excuse. I'm like, yeah, that could work as a gents ring. This is an actual, honest to God, gents ring. But ladies, I don't want you to be scared off either. I mean, look, if you want to rock it, that's a power ring. But that's coming up in just a little bit, okay? We've also got probably what I would like to do as it's so hard because we have so many good ones. John, DJ, one of these must be the piece de resistance.
Oh, yeah. For
sure. So just pick out whichever one you think of the two. Those are both top. Look, what you're going to see today is going to be amazing. Now, let's talk about going about procuring an item. Oh, sorry, here we go. I'm bullish on these two.
We'll do the last one that you had, the one that was on the far right. That one, yeah.
As the piece of de resistance? All right. We'll figure that out. All you need to do in order to go about getting an item is, right below me, there's a comment section. You're going to put in there shop 1. That'll be the first item I show. Shop 2 will be the second, so on and so forth. It's pretty simple stuff. You put that in, you click enter, and depending on which platform you're using, everybody except for TikTok, that's going to redirect you directly to the website. TikTok, we're going to send you back what's called just a quick, what is it called, the SIV number?
Yeah, shop 1, shop 2, shop 3.
Yeah, but we'll send you back.
No, TikTok is the same now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay.
Makes life a little easy.
Yeah, they discussed it in the pre-meeting. I just wasn't... ADD, what are you going to do? All right, so pretty simple stuff. Shop 1, shop 2. Understand that almost everything we show you today is going to be very, very limited, so that's going to be important that you pay attention, that you jump on something that you are interested in. If there's like very, very limited, there's like down to like 2 or 3, I'll give you a heads up on that. Any questions, always feel free to comment in the comments section if it's something that our team can't answer. And we've got a whole team here now. It's like, this is like big deal production-wise. But if it's something they can't answer, I'm happy to answer it. If I can't answer it, nobody can. It's not answerable. Okay? Or I'm joking. We'll work on it. Trying to get that answer for you. And if I go too fast on something, feel free to just check in and say hello. But if I go too fast on something, definitely let me know. And time permitting, I'll be happy to flash it back in and show it to you like that gents ring right there, All right. You guys ready to see some cool stuff? Good. Me too. First up, take a look at this beauty. Wait, where's it?
Show me the first one.
Oh, no.
Far left, far right.
Far left.
Far left. Boom.
Double halo. Oh, my goodness. You know what? I couldn't see the band because of this big double halo. Take a look at this. What are we looking at here? Well, you've got a full carat. You've got nice eye clean diamonds there. That is quad A. This is from the Cajun mine, Zambian mine, folks. The color, extraordinary. Let's talk for a second about 18 karat gold. It's being phased out here. So we're phasing out our Ileana collection. Not because it's not wildly popular. Of course it is. Because gold's gotten so expensive. This is very thick, very heavy gold. Is it the largest amount of gold? No, not necessarily. But when we're talking about 18 karat, we're talking about 75% solid gold here. Okay? You're talking about quad A. We're talking about the absolute best color, in other words, that money can buy. The top 1 percentile. It's just a simplified grading system. So if you hear me say triple A or quad A, it goes single, double, triple, then quad A. Quad A, once we get to triple A, now we're really cooking with gas at triple A. That's the really good stuff. That's when you start to see the deep, rich color. Okay? And you're like in the 5 to 10 percentile. So you're like really money stuff. When you get to quad A, Now we're talking about the best of the best, the top 1 percentile. In other words, the stuff that people pay the big cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching for until today. Because today we are taking this down not from like a $10,000 or $12,000 range. You got about a 79 pointer there. So you're talking easily 5,000 to 10,000 a carat material, right? So 79 points, for all intents and purposes, we should be around $7,900. Then you add to that the gold, the diamonds, blinding white, eye clean, all of that good stuff, and a double halo, beautiful look. And yeah, you're talking about easily well over $7,000. Today we're doing this for $21.99. It's going to be shop 1. Now, if you love it, I will say we got about 6 of those to go around, okay? Emeralds. Let's talk about this gemstone here. I'm going to put it in my big hand. Understand, I'm not a hand model. In fact, I was trying to talk our previous host into sticking around. I was like, you should stick around. Hand model. You don't have to talk as much. If you don't want to, you can. And she wasn't. She was having none of it. She's got 3 great shows tomorrow. I'm going to give her a plug for those at 10 and 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. tomorrow on the live stream. She's doing a great job. Those diamonds were amazing. But folks, I'm not a hand model. Just understand, this on my big hands still has a very big look, yes? It's fantastic. And you're getting it today, not for $21.99, because there's something I didn't tell you that most of you might be aware of, but you may not be. The code, Live25, is activated. Now, that will be good for about 48 hours. That code will be good. This price is lowered already, $21.99. So what's that going to make it? I'm used to Elias having that ready for me. We'll do some math here for you. Suffice to say, it's going to take off about $550. So $21.99 minus $550, you're going to get this for $16.49. Can I tell you something? 10 years ago, at a former network that I worked with, did great stuff and that had really good prices. Not as good as us here, but not a bad thing to say about them. But except to say that we would have sold an 18 karat gold mounting with a double halo of diamonds, just like this, there, and it would have been a great price, and we would have sold a lot of them for about $14.99. Okay, that was the price 10 years ago. Now, in the interim, in between now and then, something's happened, right? With gold, maybe. You might have heard. Yes, it's gone up a ton. So, an 18 karat gold 10 years ago for $1,500. You're getting this for $16.49. Adjusted for inflation, they're probably selling for $2,000, $2,500 now, right? You're getting the whole ring with a top gem, world class. Folks, it's not a good deal. It's a sensational deal. Take advantage of it. Got about 6 of those to go around. That's going to be shop 1, and we're going to move because I'm going to try to get to everything. Let me know if I'm, DJs, you're always great about letting me know. Give me a heads up if I get a little bit slow. I start out a little bit slow. You remember that code, Live25, though. Everybody needs to do that. Also, are we still doing the special personal shopper number?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, let's go ahead and flash that up one time. I want you guys, if everybody who's watching right now, even if you haven't seen anything that you're in love with yet, right? We've only shown you 2 items, basically. And we've really only technically shown you 1, but I've shown you that gents ring. There's going to eventually be something that's going to be in every price budget. So I don't want you to get scared off. Emeralds, all of these will be earth mined emeralds. Let me look, so I'm not making a liar of myself. Yes, these are all earth mined emeralds. None of these will be lab grown. Not that there's anything wrong with lab grown. I think it's a great deal. But you're going to get them today, and you're going to get them at a great deal. And there's going to be some different price points all over the map. But today's going to be the day. Also, your May birthstone, though, just incidentally. All right, that said, let's take a look at second item here.
Right beside the second. The other one.
This is a beautiful. Oh, no, it's that one. It's this one.
No.
Those look very similar.
No. Here's what happened. I
think it's this one, yeah.
Yeah, it's that one. Yeah, you're correct.
Okay. Don't doubt me, John. I know what I'm doing.
I'm backing off.
Trained professional.
Trained professional.
Many years. No. They do kind of look similar, actually. No, this is fantastic. What do we looking at here? There's something that happens with gold and emeralds. I mean, look, I love a platinum, and we got an amazing platinum one coming your way here in a little bit. But there's something that happens when you mix, I think, yellow gold. Is it maybe Down to 70. I'll be my best friend.
It should be 66.
Oh, what? Inconceivable.
Yeah, we'll go lower.
No, it's all these amazing new lights that you have in here. I was about to say, I feel like I'm getting a little parched. Now, take a look at this. Okay, so what was I saying? Now, there's something that happens with gold. I think gold is the perfect complement to go with a green gemstone. The colors, the contrast, everything, it just works on so many different levels. Now, what you're looking at here is going to be a carat 40, significantly larger than the previous one. Of course, it's going to be quad A. Why do I say quad A? We're talking about the color hue. Once again, the color hue, the color hue, the color hue. Right? The depth, the color saturation. Is it that deep, rich color? Now, this picture back here, I think, does not do it justice. I think this is a little bit lighter in that picture. And you know, look, it's nobody's fault. It's just maybe the guy who took the picture did it with a little bit of higher light. But I think this is what you're seeing on your screen is accurately showing because I can see what you guys are seeing, right? Another thing, and I started to touch on this. You've got what is a type 3 gemstone, which is to say, that it's the most heavily included gemstone there is. It's just, in fact, it's expected to be a little bit included. It's not a bad thing if it has a couple minor inclusions. In fact, that's used to be one of the telltale signs that you know you had a real emerald. Otherwise, it would have been a lab grown. But you've got something very crystal clean to be a type 3 gemstone. Yeah, this is extraordinarily clean. So you're getting a top gem, world class gemstone. I'm going to let you scroll down just a hair if we could, DJ. I'm almost see the exact weight. I'm suspecting this one's going to be right at a carat plus, probably carat 20, carat 22 on the center stone here, okay? We're well above the benchmark. What's a benchmark? It's just to say 1 carat, 2 carat. If we're talking about Alexandrite, it might be 15 points, 25 points, 50 points, that sort of thing. So we're well over that 1 carat benchmark. That does add a significant amount of value once we hit those benchmarks, right? So you got a carat 22. It's an 8x6, rather large too for a carat 22. That shows more like about a carat 75 in most other gemstones. It's got a deep, nice, rich, almost a forest green there, right? It's going to be certified and appraised. That I have right here in front of me. We use a third-party independent. You'll get the Ileana. It's going to come in a beautiful box, all that good stuff. And it's not going to cost you 13 or 14 grand either, folks. And this is third party. They have it, basically, they're cut. Because we're talking about the 4 C's here. Cut, clarity, color, and the carat weight. So it's a 1.27. Cha-ching. All right, we'll put a check mark next to, do we have the carat weight? Yes, we're well over that 1 carat benchmark. In fact, we're over a carat and quarter. Is it the color grade on this? Quad A. They put it at a 3A. So I'm going to go with theirs, but I disagree with that. I think this is quad A. I agree with what you're going to see in the case that happens. But look, there's no denying the depth of color there. So I'm going to overrule, but that's their opinion. And then they've got very slightly included. That's equivalent of saying it's a VS. Now, this is not a VS like you would grade a diamond. But VS for an emerald, that's a huge check mark. Okay? So I'm going to give it them, according to their report card here, we've got an A, because it's over a carat. We got probably a B plus because they said 3A. I say 4A, so I'm overruling them, and I know better than this person probably. I really do. But and also we have it as quad A, and I'm absolutely sure that that's the case. And then we've got cut. The cut they have as excellent. I am going to go with them on that because I just noticed the cut. There's not a window to be found anywhere in the stone, right? In other words, take a look at that. You see nothing but exceptional color, nice brilliance. You see luminescence all throughout the gemstone, no matter which angle you turn it from. So you're not going to see any windows. It's not going to be like a big hole right in the middle where you can see the mounting underneath. It's fantastic all around. Ladies and gentlemen, $15,000 estimated retail value. I think you can get it for less. I really do. I think you can get it for probably around $9,000 to $10,000, quite frankly. But we've got it marked down to $39.99. That I do not think you could get at anywhere else. They actually have it at $7,000, very conservative. I will say this is over a year ago that was done. Okay, so that's going to come along for the ride for what it's worth. That is an independent appraisal. They're not with us. Obviously, I disagree with their color grading on this. I think it is a 4A, but they still nonetheless have it at $7,000. They're very conservative. We use them and like them because they're very conservative. They're independent though. We don't tell them what to do. $7,000. You're getting it for $4,000. But are you? No, you're not, because you're really going to get it for $3,000 because you're going to take 25% off with the code LIVE25. So basically, you're going to get what I think is probably a $10,000 ring at any retail establishment, to anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000. I'm in agreement that our estimated retail value, I think it's a little high, but I think it should be in that $10,000 to $15,000 range. You're getting it for $2,999. You're also getting the opportunity with budget pay to get this for $600 after you use the code LIVE25. $600 is going to get you 18 karat gold, a carat 40. Remember, you got a carat, what was it, carat 27 on that center stone?
Let's see.
Like a carat 24, so carat 27, something like that. Carat 22. So minus, so you're going to get that plus, so you're going to get 18 points of beautiful diamonds. Now look at those trillion cuts, folks. Those are not single diamonds. Those are nice, big trillion cuts on either side. Don't tell me that's not quad 8. Oh, yes, indeed it is. This right here might be AAA in that picture. This is not. I think that's just because, have we got the monitors replaced? Then it might have been our picture.
Yeah.
It might have been our photographer. Not to throw him under the bus, but
Yeah.
sorry there, guy. All right. So bottom line is, look, $7,000. You can go out and get independently appraised. I guarantee you it's going to appraise at or probably higher than what our very conservative guy has. Because look, this is 18 karat gold. That's you know how I know that's true? Because this was done 4/18/2024. Gold since 4/18/2024 has gone up about 30%. So let's tack on 30%. Yeah, so this exact same person would probably have this at closer to 8,900 now, something like that, or 8,400, somewhere thereabouts, just because of that mounting in 18 karat gold. When we're talking about 18 karat gold, we're talking about 75%. It's beautiful. This is shop 2. It's gorgeous. I know I spent a lot of time on it, but I wanted to explain all that. And that's such a beautiful piece. It's classic. It's timeless. It invokes the past, present, and future sort of design too. You know, what was, what is, and what will be. And I always like it when they have the larger, what the present, because you always want to live in the present. I always like to say that. It's gorgeous. It's the ideal piece. Yeah. That'd make a beautiful engagement ring too. A lot of people using the colored gemstones. We're going to move on. That's shop 2. Very, very, very limited on that one as well, I should say, ladies and gentlemen. That one we only have 5 of. There's only 5. And that's a Gemfield emerald. That is like very, very, very top quality.
That's a sexy ring.
It was. It is.
It is.
Yeah, especially when I put it on my pinky finger, I thought, didn't you?
Boom.
All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm shocked that we have any of these left. I said last week, I want to do emeralds next week because we had some new items coming in. I said, if any of these are left, I want them. I asked for this on my TV side of things. I asked for also the emerald that I bought that I told you guys about last week. We've got the other one. They didn't give me that one. We're going to give you an opportunity. One last chance on that and one last chance on this. Because if they give me this, we'd have sold out on TV like we did the one that I bought a while back. This is absolute magic. Ladies, this is that Cinderella moment. This is a lot of beautiful Zambian emeralds. Sort of a waterfall style design, that wishbone style design. 5 carats, looks like a heck of a lot more, right? Rhodium over sterling silver. Okay, so I like rhodium over sterling silver. Why do I like that? Because it allows you to get items like this, that if this was in platinum, it gives you that platinum look, it gives you that 18 karat white gold look, or 14 karat white gold look, as it were, whatever, right? White gold, platinum. White gold is essentially just looking like this gold looking like impersonating platinum. That's all it is. You've got rhodium overlay on top of 925 sterling silver. That makes this very valuable any which way you cut it because A, you've got genuine emeralds. You've got moissanite, which are going to give you the look of basically, some of your top quality diamonds, right? Some of the most expensive diamonds in the world, and almost as hard at about a 9 1/4, 9 1/2, the most hardness scale. But you're getting the look of platinum. You're getting real, genuine earth mine emeralds, a lot of them. beautifully match mated, lots of labor in this, and you're getting this entire setup here. We've got it marked down to $449. I think that's lower than what we did it for last week. We only had a few of, well, we had more than we do this week. We were at about probably 18 last week. We're down to about 12 now. So, ladies and gentlemen, this obviously hasn't been shown on television. If it gets a showing on television, and it's no disrespect to our audience, there's just more people that watch on the TV side of things, right? Mm-hmm. I can sell this in a heartbeat on TV in the middle of the overnight. At this price, folks, $449. But wait, there's more, right? What? Yes, you got the 25% off code. Remember, don't forget that. So this will be shop 3. You've got the 25% off code. That's going to take this down to $337.49. Ladies and gentlemen, $337.49. Now, the reason why I was saying this looks like platinum, it looks like some of the most expensive diamonds, because if this was platinum, if this was the most expensive diamonds, which they would have to be probably SI minimum, G in color on average, to even get anywhere close to moissanite. Moissanite's actually a lot better looking, I think. More like VS, probably colorless. But this exact look, all things being equal, if you had to take out all those emeralds, and those are earth mined emeralds, those exact emeralds worthy of being in platinum, then we're having a $10,000 conversation. That's what's amazing about getting this in this particular, and getting it at such a marked down rate. We're not even paying for the emeralds, quite frankly.
Oh, it looks like Marie on Facebook is getting this.
Marie, congratulations. You're going to absolutely love it. The thing I also love about this, look, it is a dress-up piece, but I could totally see just like a V-neck and jeans, ladies. Don't be scared. Look, ladies are wearing pearls and stuff like that, and formerly that was like a dress-up thing, right? So there's no rules anymore. They're all out the window. This is spectacular. This is limited. And again, I ain't going to ask for this. I'm going to go ahead and say, if they're not sold out, which they should be, we got about a dozen left now. But this is absolutely magical. And look, even if they do it at the $449, I think this will sell out during prime time or even during the overnight on the television side of things. Don't let me get my hands on this, folks. Take advantage of it now while you can get it at this lowered price with the 25% off. I don't think we could do it that low on TV, quite honestly. That's one of the beautiful things about shopping here. That's why you always, anytime you have an opportunity to get a piece that you want on the live stream, I think that's the route to go, because you're usually guaranteed at, or at least at, give or take maybe $1 in some special case circumstances. But you're usually going to get it at the absolute lowest price that we can possibly offer it to you here. So this is definitely the way to shop. And y'all are doing shows now, what, at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and 8 p.m. Every day?
8 p.m. only on Thursdays.
Because this guy.
10
Hey! Well, I feel very special. I feel very special. Very special. All right. It's true. I am very special. Now, this is beautiful. Folks, this is shop 4. Is this shop 4?
Yeah, it's shop 3.
Shop 3. Ooh, that means I got to pick up the pace. Congratulations. Look, Dawn, you know what? All good. We're going to eventually get something in your range. I can promise you that. We got something. So always just keep watching and keep enjoying and keep learning. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to let me know. You guys want to say hello? Feel free. Keep it PG, especially with all these young ladies that we have working over here. But, yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys. And thank you, Dawn, for watching. Even if you don't buy anything, guys, we just love the feedback. We love hearing from you. Let's move on. That was shop 3. That is a beauty. Folks, don't let that pass you by. Anywhere else that you go in retail, you're probably looking at $1,500, $1,600 for that exact same piece, if you're lucky. All right? We do things here. We're able to do things here. And I want to say a word about that very quickly. I like to pontificate a little bit. Let me go on a little jag about this. How are we able to do this for you? What's the catch? Because I asked the same question. I still ask that question a lot, even having worked here over 3 years now. It's because our parent company, make a long story long, our parent company is one of the larger manufacturers of jewelry in the world. They've been doing it for over 40 years. We've been doing this here on the TV side of things, you guys might have seen, for about 18 years plus. But our parent company, based out of Jaipur, India, is one of the largest manufacturers of jewelry in the world. They supply a lot of Europe. They supply a lot of Africa, Asia. A lot of these same pieces, you would probably see the exact same piece in a jewelry store in one of those locales and potentially in America. We're not allowed to talk about the client list that they have because otherwise it create trouble for them. Only they wouldn't have the DJoy, in them. Might be this exact same ring. But that same ring would be estimated retail, which we have at about $22.99. That would probably be, give or take, a couple $100 about what you would see this for at the jewelry store. And then they may mark it down to, $2,000, something like that, $19.99 or maybe $1,500. But because our parent company supplies us direct, you guys get this, and you get it for $399. This, a gent's ring that screams, quite frankly, if this was in solid gold, it's going to be in vermeil. It's going to give you that exact look. Vermeil is just basically 2.5 minimum microns of gold on top, and it has to be 925 sterling silver, at least sterling silver. But that's what you're getting. You're getting a $6,000 look because that gemstone right there, ladies and gentlemen, no BS. I think that gemstone alone is worth over the price that we're asking you, $399. Think about this. After that code Live25, you're going to get this for $299. Can you look at this ring and say, look, you've got, that's not even moissanite. That's real diamonds. You got 27 points of diamonds in this halo. I was about to call it a ballerina style halo, but I can't because it's a dude's ring. It's just a killer halo of diamonds. Look how cool that is.
It's like Art Deco halo, or
it's an Art Deco halo.
Right.
Not a ballerina halo. Are you kidding me? But look, I love that though. What does that do? It acts as a boom for that stone. Not that the stone needs it. That's a big boy, folks. That's a carat, a full carat. It looks like a carat and a half. That's a 7x5. No way. That can't be a 7x5. That looks so. Don't tell me that. Look, I got really big hands. Tell me that doesn't look even larger than a 7x5. That can't be right. It's because of that Art Deco style halo. Good cleanup there. I like that, John.
Boom.
Art Deco style halo. It's not a tutu. It's not a ballerina. But what it is a nice protective case around it. I mean, you got the prong setting as well. But you've also got this nice riveted style right there, which I like. Gives it a nice texturing. It's a very solid look. You got the blocked off front. It's just a classic gents ring. And you get it for $399. Check that. After the code Live25, you get it for $299. You don't have to wear it as a pinky ring. John just messed up and didn't get me my 12. It's okay. It happens. Look, they're not perfect. DJ told him Chris is a 12. He said, well, I think he's 11. So, he did what he made his decision. DJ tried to warn him. He's like, that's true. Now, here's the problem. We're down to 4 of these. I want one. You might have competition. You think you don't. You go ahead and believe that because I'm here to tell you. And look, I brought my own just to show you that I put my money where my mouth is, folks. There was an emerald ring that we showed last week. All right. Now, when I was in high school, and I don't recommend anybody use any sort of substances, but you should partake a little bit. It's okay. It can be a little bit avant-garde, but your guy that you would get it from, if he partook of his own, he'd call it getting high off his own supply. Well, I say that as an analogy, and I don't recommend you use any illicit substances, ladies and gentlemen. But I say all that to say this: I do, in fact, practice what I preach, or get high off my own supply of gemstones. And I want you to know that because I want you to also understand that I'm not just sitting here up here like, you should get this, this is amazing. No, I say you should get this because I honestly believe that you should get this because I got this. This was on the show last week. I'd gotten it before that, but I thought about getting a second one.
He even has the packaging right there beside the camera.
Yeah, I do. I have the packaging right here. So yes, I get high off my own supply here. You could say that as a metaphor. Gosh, but isn't that beautiful? Now I've got what I think is going to be probably the one that you missed out on. Because this is gone. I got it on the show this week. Boom, they sold out. All right. They're done. That is over. That opportunity is over. Your opportunities, the ones I'm giving you today, look at the quality of that stone. I would put this up against that stone. They're very similar. And about the same price, too, which is to say a steal. All right, this is going to be shot 4. I'm going to move on. Gentlemen, that's the only one we have. We've got 4 left. It's very important. If you love this ring, it's even got the finished undergallery. This is not cheaply done. This is a genuine emerald. It's a carat. It's a benchmark. It's time. Ladies, get this for your gentlemen. It's not going to break the bank. Look, $299 divided by 5. What does that come out to? About $60. So $60 a month. Your $60 initial investment. You have no interest payments. All right? So what is that? $2 a day. So if you can afford $60 today and then $2 a day for the remaining 4 months, you're home free. And you're going to have one of the coolest gents rings. Now look, if you decide later on you want to put that in 18 karat solid, not the vermeil, but keep it in vermeil. It is because it is 18 karat. Take advantage of that one. Gentlemen, ladies, get that for your gentlemen. 110. That is awesome. And it's got real diamonds too. Gosh, that's amazing. The amount of precious metal. Oof, unbelievable. All right. I'm going to leave that on. I'm not doing taking it off. All right, now, that was shot 4. Shot 5 coming your way. Take a look at this. Gentlemen, I'm also going to invite you to come in on this one. I know we have it probably in a size 9. I think it could work as a gents ring, but ladies, absolutely. Mainly for you ladies out there. Now, these emeralds are spectacular. What do you have here? You've got a channel set, full carat. That is a lot of labor intensity going on there. And I say that because lapidaries don't like, and artisans, they have to individually place meticulously each one, and they all have to be cut to perfection at this perfect size. So you've got all these beautifully matched, mated, all calibrated, cut to precision. What I think are top gem, world class, extra clean. They look like Colombian emeralds. These are K-Gem mine emeralds, but they have like a glow about them that I think is very, very indicative of the Colombian stuff that we get from time to time. In fact, we might have 1 or 2 that are in Colombian. It doesn't matter where they're from necessarily. You do get a little bit of a pedigree bump if it's from Colombia, but for the most part, you get an emerald that looks this good from your backyard, and it's very valuable. This should not be less than $500. Today, we're doing this. Dawn? Are you watching, Dawn? $109. Check that. $82 after you use the code LIVE25. And I'm just showing to you on my big hands because, look, it's a nice band, but I think that could work as a gents ring too if we have it in a 9. It says we have a 10 available. We've got enough of these to go around. 109. Still a little bit too much for me. I get it. Fair enough. Guess what? $20.62. Now we have removed any barriers to entry, I think. With the what is called budget pay. Well, Chris, what's budget pay? Budget pay is an opportunity for you to get this for $20.62. There's no credit check. It's available to everybody. This is shop 5. That is available to anybody who's watching right now. As long as you might have to get registered online at our website. It takes like 2 seconds, like your name, email address, phone number, like literally like a minute or 2. And then once you give them a major credit card, if you have a Visa, debit, which most of us have. If you're watching this right now, chances are, yes, you do. Okay? Then you can get this for $20. You know what that comes out to? About 66 cents a day. $20, your initial investment. You pay no interest payments. It's not a credit card. Anybody can do it. So for $20, yes, you can get a full carat of Earth Mine emeralds in 925 sterling silver. Bathed in very expensive rhodium. So essentially you're getting the look of platinum. You're getting the look of white gold, 18 karat white gold. In a beautiful channel set. It's not going to get caught. You don't have to worry about any prongs. It's like putting on your blouse and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about getting caught on any of your jackets or anything like that. No prongs, no nothing. It's everyday wearability. Of course it is. It's very durable metal. Very durable gemstone, about an 8 on the Mohs hardness scale. Can't, you have a hard time scratching it up unless you're like sitting there with your diamonds banging against it, but absolutely lovely. Now, if you want to use $40 and grab 2 of these and use them as ring guards, maybe you want to get, do we have another sample of this?
Let me double check.
Because I'm going to see if there's something, Try to get a little funky here with you. No, I don't see anything that's going to work for it. But you could use it as a ring guard. I'm just looking for another one that's in white. As a ring guard, think about putting one on top of that. This one's coming up later on. That's a beauty. I'm just spitballing here. Or you can just, you can layer those up together. So if you want to go for a little bit bigger look, well, that's a little bit thin for me, Chris. Well, a lot of people want the thinner because it's just everyday wearability. All right, fair enough then. Get 2 of them. Better yet, get 3. Now, are you going to be able to get 3? I'm about to let you know. Because I doubt we have too terribly many left, but we do have it in most of the sizes, which tells me we're probably good. 21 in toto. So not a ton, but yeah. I think for this audience, I'm hoping that, I'm thinking, yeah, one of you, if you can grab it in your size, so they're going to be limited in the size, you can get 2 of those, stack them up. You can probably do 3. I don't think you can do too much more than 3. Most ladies could, unless you have very long fingers, but you might be able to get 3 of those stacked up. Be a cool look, power look. And then you just put a diamond in between, and those could act as ring guards. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Just imagine, use your imagination. Yes, yes, yes. $20 gets it home. Cannot beat that. This is shop 5. Precious metal, full carat, genuine earth mined emeralds. Bellissimo. All right, we're moving. Love that. See, Dawn? $20. Yeah, now we're getting, because look, $20, you're going to spend that much. Can't even fill it. You can get a quarter of a gas tank with $20 now, can you? I can't in my truck, but you get the picture. Maybe you get, hamburger and French fries for $20. That's about it. Is it time? Okay. You saw the emerald ring that I bought, right? I brought it in. This, I think, is next to that. This is probably the second best deal in terms of if you want to get a top gem, world-class quality emerald, and you want it in a mounting, quite frankly, that looks a lot more expensive than the one that I got. I can say that. This mounting makes this next piece look like it is probably about a $15,000 to $20,000 piece. Now it's going to be moissanite. Fair enough. I'm fine with moissanite. Moissanite gives you more sparkle, more brilliance, more scintillation, more fire typically than that of your most expensive diamonds. That's why when you see this and you see that center stone, which is top gem world class, make no mistake about it. It's clean. The color saturation is deep. It is AAA, in my opinion, minimum quality. It is worthy of being in platinum. Now, it's in sterling silver, bathed in rhodium. You've got a double picture frame halo. It looks expensive. It is expensive to set all of these individual stones. Moissanite is not an inexpensive gemstone to lab create, by the way. And it's very durable, 9.25, 9.5 on the most hardness scale. But you can't look at that and tell me that doesn't scream 10,000 plus. It absolutely does. I've sold. It's a classic look. I've sold rings that look just like this at my former network for 10,000 plus. We've sold here, just because we have great prices, ones that are in platinum, that are gemstones of this exact same quality, for probably, and we just have great prices, probably about $2,500 to $3,000 that are in platinum, exact same stone, center stone. Take out the moissanite, add diamonds. Take out the rhodium and the silver in the mounting, that exact same mounting, add platinum. And now we're talking about probably $2,900 to $3,500 here. And that's a great price. But I'm saying that's that look and what that would be at the retail level, if in fact it was platinum. Let's just take this exact ring. I think our $1,599 is way too low. Why do I have credibility there? Because I just told you, I thought our $15,000 on one earlier was a little bit high. I'll be honest with you when I think that our estimated retail value is low and high. I think we had one that was way high earlier. I said ring's probably 10 to 14. We had it at $1,599. It's fine. We didn't charge you that for it. This one's at $1,599. I think that's too low as a starting price. You want to know what your final price is on this? Most of you have probably already figured it out. You better figure it out quick because there's very few of these. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing this for $349. You know what that means after the code LIVE25?
What does that mean, Chris?
It means you're going to get this for less than what I paid for the one that I got. And I think this looks more expensive than the one that I bought last week. And I want one of these now. $262. Juan, I cannot believe it. Can you believe it? Can you?
I cannot.
You can? Look at the quality of the stone, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the color saturation. Look at the clarity. This is a type 3 gemstone for crying out loud. And it looks crystal clean. That is very difficult to come by. I can look. This is not lab created. This is less than what you would charge for this exact same ring with a lab created, I think. $349. Actually, $262. You have a $52 budget pay. I'm going to repeat. And folks, and I do what I say, and I say what I mean. I tried to get this on my show the other day. All right? This one, the one I bought, I got on the show. It was about the same price. It might have been a little bit more, in fact, because it was just a hair larger on the center stone. This is a 1 carat center stone. That is benchmark. The only reason that one was a little bit more expensive is because I think it was a carat 50 or carat 60. But 1 carat is very, very key here. You're getting a 1 carat top gem world class, in my personal opinion. Look at this. Look at that. Deep, rich color. It's not washed out. That picture actually looks a little darker than this one does in real life. You're going to get something that's going to be roughly thereabouts. Folks, you cannot beat it. And look, you have the 30-day inspection period. You get it home, you don't love it, send it back. We're not in clearance on here. Don't send it back, though, because 262 is way too low. And that gemstone is 5,000 carat material, in my personal opinion. Will you be able to turn around and flip it for $5,000? I doubt it. But that is 5,000 carat material at any jewelry store. If you put this in platinum, absolutely. 10,000, 12,000. You're getting it today for $52.50. And then you're going to pay less than $2 a day for the remaining 4 months. Yeah. Don't let me get a hold of this. How many of these do we have? Oh, yeah. I was about to find out. Now, this is shop 6, ladies and gentlemen, okay? We've got 14 of them. Ooh, I can get this on TV. And I'm not threatening you, folks. I'm just saying I'm going to try like hell to get this on TV.
Those are fighting words.
Yeah, these are fighting words. I'm saying take advantage. We won't be able to even do it at $262 on TV, probably, quite frankly. I'll be happy to sell this at $349 on TV because I know it's going to sell out. It's not an insult to this audience. It's just to say that there's just more people watching. So, ladies and gentlemen, while you have the opportunity, while you have the wherewithal, take a look at this. If you don't love it, send it back. You'll have 30 days inspection period. You have nothing to lose. $52. You got to put up the $52. If you can afford $52 today, I think that, and I would get more than one if you can really, really afford it. I mean, $156, and you can get 3 of those. And I can tell you right now, you turn around, you put that in platinum, and you can get at least $2,900 for it all day, every day. But I guess it's hard to get platinum at that price now. Call it personal shoppers. They can give you some, but look, the mounting is fantastic. It's all precious metal. That's amazing. All right. I could spend the rest of, how much time do we have? We have 1 hour and 10. I think I'm going to spend about only an hour more on this one. And then I'm going to do all the rest with the 10 minutes that we have remaining from that. So anyway, like I was saying, finished under gallery here, folks. I'm kidding, of course. I could literally spend another 30 minutes on this because that is the kind of quality. Great Scott. Did we have this last week?
No.
John, did we have this last week?
I don't know. Good question.
Probably.
Well, we got it now.
Yeah, it's there.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen. I got to get both of these now. Don't mind if I get one? All right, look, I'm going to give you guys 48 hours. If at the end of that 48 hours, there's any of these left, I'm getting one and I'm getting one of these. I bet we have less in the pendant. We usually do. So look, we have 14, the ring. That is all that we have in the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, do not miss that. That, to me, is next to the deal that I got last week that I brought out and showed to you. That is the second best emerald deal. If you're not wanting to spend a boatload of money, and you want to get that expensive look, because the one I got was also in rhodium with moissanite. But this looks more expensive just because of the mounting. But the gem quality, I would put it right up there with that of the one I got. And it looks like almost the same size. I think mine was like an 8x6. This is like a 7x5. So it's a little bit smaller, but it looks larger just because of that 2 carat or that double halo of diamonds. of moissanite, excuse me. But we have the matching finish. So that was shop 6. Here comes shop 7. It's virtually the exact same profile there, right? Minus the shoulders, right? Or minus one of the shoulders, I suppose. So essentially, you take that off, flip that around, make it horizontal, horizontal. Folks, we're doing it for the same price, $349. That makes this $262 as well. Now, it's going to come with a chain. We're phasing out the chains, but for now, we're going to include that chain with it. So this will be RTW. That means ready to wear, okay? Ready to wear. That's a full carat, I think. Carat 50. Can we scroll down just a little bit, DJ? And then I'm going to tell you some more good news. 7.5. Yep, 1 carat on the center. Moissanite. Yeah, so that is a full carat. The profiles are almost identical, right? It's the exact same design, double picture frame halo, slightly stepped up in the look if you look at it from the side. But that looks big, right? Doesn't that look big? And I'm a pretty big dude. But that kind of has like a really strong presence. Why? Because that color pops. Because that picture frame halo of moissanite pops and just amplifies it. It makes it seem a lot larger. It really belies the fact. I mean, a carat is big, though. Don't make no mistake. That is a benchmark. That is a benchmark. Now, here's the good news. You get this for $262. You get this for $262. They're the same price, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you could get them for $50 and some change if you do the budget pay. So it's going to be about $100. Now, if you get both of those, and I want you to try to call the personal shopper, maybe it's going to be 888-835-2237. Or you can just do it online. I think it should work fine online. But don't forget to use the code LIVE25, and you'll get an extra 10 if you bundle them. So it should be under $100 for all intents and purposes if you get both of these together today. Because you'll have the $50, I think it's $52, something like that, $52 on budget pay. And then you'll take off 10% off of that. So it should be about $48, $47, give or take $1 or $2 a piece. So for less than $100, because you're not going to pay anything on shipping, because we're over that $49.99 threshold, right? So for less than $100, I don't know, whatever you pay for state taxes, but for less than $100, you get home both of those. These are earth mined. These are not lab grown. These are worthy of being in platinum. These are worthy of being in gold. I may put mine in platinum. I may put mine in gold down the road. You're getting it's the gemstone, folks. That's a steal. Now, how many do we have on that? It's shop 6 and shop 7. We only have 3 of the pendant. The pendants will sell out. I can go ahead and tell you that right now. So if you love the pendant, go ahead and grab it. It is a full carat in the center stone. That's the key here. Earth mined, top gem, world-class emerald. Just like the matching ring there. Yes. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. And I am threatening a little bit now. Don't let me put this on TV. These are probably going to sell out, so I don't have to worry about that. There's only 3 of them. There's 14 of these. If I come back now, there's 10 of those left. I'm going to try to get this on TV in 48 hours. I'm going to sell it for a lot more, and it's going to be worth it, because it's definitely worth it. But you can get this today at a fraction of that price. This is a route to shop. I'm telling you, folks, take advantage of it. That's not a good deal. That's a ludicrous deal. All right. So shop 6 and 7, or 5. Was it 5 and 6 or 6 and 7?
6 and 7.
6 and 7. Okay. And I'm going to speed up the pace just a little bit because I do want to.
So you know, Chris, we have about 8 items left, roughly an hour.
Okay, that's usually pretty good, right?
That's pretty decent.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Okay. Gives me a little bit of time to pontificate and cause trouble, spread rumors, exchange gossip, right?
Go for it.
All right, cool. All right, now, the next item we're going to show you is going to be 14 karat yellow gold. I like that. Also like this style mounting. You got this buckle style mounting. A nice, almost sort of an infinity kind of jazz going on the side. See that? Sort of a bypass meets infinity, because you do have a little bit of that going on. But it is sort of that classic design as well. in that you get the nice halo. The buckle style has been done for quite some time, done by your very high-end designers. You name the names, those fancy ones you see in the magazines. This is going to be a AAA quality. It easily is that. So we're talking about, and remember, AAA, single A, double A, AAA, quad A. AAA, we're in that 5 to 10 percentile. So you're getting really exceptional color on that. Remember that last gemstone we were just talking about? I said I thought that was a AAA all day, every day. This is a carat 22. So we're over a benchmark of 1 carat. That's huge. Okay, when we're talking about genuine earth mine gemstones. We're talking about, 40 diamonds total. 28 points altogether. So in those pave diamonds, very, very nice. So those are genuine diamonds in 14 karat gold. 14 karat gold, it's kind of the new 18 karat, if we're being honest. Since gold has gotten so expensive, 14 karat is now being considered by a lot to be that sort of, once you're getting into that luxury zone. When I was coming up, it was 18 karat. 14 was kind of the standard. Now 10 karat's the standard. Why? Because gold's gone so crazy expensive. But the thing I love about 14 is you do get the luxury, and it's now considered the luxury gold. It's considered the new 18 karat. But you also get the strength that comes with it. So in other words, you're getting about 56% solid gold as opposed to 75 in 18 karat. So like 10 karat's going to be like 41 point something thereabouts. And then you have your alloys. So what that does, because gold's not necessarily a strong, super strong metal, when you got 14, you're in that sweet spot of everyday wearability. When you got an 8 on the most hardened scale in that gemstone, you're at an everyday wearability proposition, right? Right. Now, we should be doing this probably here for around, I don't know, I'd say probably $2,900. We're doing it today for $19.99. You're going to take 25% off that, which is going to make this $14.99. And then you've got the budget pay opportunity. 0 credit check, 0 interest payments. We've talked about that already. But for those of you, and those new people coming in and out throughout the show, for those of you who aren't familiar, budget pay is not a credit card that we're trying to sell you. It's available to everybody who's watching right now. Anybody. As long as you're registered. It takes 2 minutes to register. We don't charge anything for that. Become a member of the Shop LC family. Tell them Chris sent you. You're getting this for essentially, it'll be less than $300 if you use budget pay. $299. We do have the sizes available. We will do free ring sizing on this, ladies and gentlemen. So if you go to the website, it's going to show that we have pretty much a lot of half sizes available. And the reason for that is because we will do the free ring sizing. So you might have to check because we only have about 8 in total that are available. But call the personal shopper on this one, I would say. And it's not the number I give you on TV. I want you to save this number as the live stream personal shopper. There it is. It's 888-835-2237. So, again, a lot of real estate, well over a carat, 14 karat gold, $299 is going to get this home. How many do we have? 8 is the answer. Take advantage of that, folks. A classic look cannot go wrong. And actually, not 8 of those. We might have less.
9.
Oh, we have 9? Okay, yeah, I was looking at one that looked very similar earlier. Yeah, so we have 9 of those. Okay, awesome. Sweet. And that one's in 14 karat. Very similar to that 18 karat that I showed you earlier in terms of the look. But this one's got a full halo, though. And that looks a lot larger. I like an oval because you get the I feel like the optical illusion that you get with an oval, it just shows a lot larger. That's just me. All right, so that's going to be shop 9. Is that correct?
Yes.
Shop 9. All right, take advantage of that.
Apologize, 8.
Oh, shop 8, sorry.
Now we're shop 9.
Now we come to shop 9. And I really like shop 9. Why? Oh, you know what? Oh, real quick. FYI, on that last one, I'm just going to flash this in. Keep it on shop 9.
Okay.
This is coming along for the ride. I'd be remiss if I didn't show you that. They've got it at $4,900. Our conservative third-party folks, they've got it at $4,900. You're getting it for $1,500. That's called equity, my friends. All right, take a look at this, though. This is a beauty. This, we did it again. This is a gemstone, I think, that you could see very easily in 10-karat white gold, and we're doing it in rhodium over sterling silver. You've got a past, present, and future design. All 3 emerald cuts, very, very nice. You've got the channel setting princess cuts down the side. Those are going to be moissanite, just FYI. You've got a genuine earth mine gemstone in the center. I'm going to assume that's at least a carat. Ladies and gentlemen, $279 is the price on this. This is another one that I feel like it was on its way to go get put in gold or maybe even in platinum. And then somehow took a left turn. And look, just because you're getting this in a less expensive delivery system does not take away from the quality of the gemstone. It's a beautiful, beautiful earth mine gemstone. Prettier than probably, 59, 65% of what I see out in the mall jewelers whenever they actually do have the real deal, when they're not just selling. Because a lot of them, now they'll just sell the lab growns. Lab growns are beautiful. I mean, they look amazing, right? They're super eye clean and like they're the exact color that you want to be. They're too pretty almost. But, they don't hold the value, quite frankly, that Earth Mine do, especially in colored gemstones. But these folks, truly amazing. And I love that it's a classic style design, too. You cannot go wrong with that. And think about, look, people are going to look at that. They're not going to think, oh, I got that for $279? Do you know you can get for $209 after you use the code LIVE25? Mm-hmm. Do you know what that is, Tom, divided by 5? It's like $41, $42. $42 and some change is going to be your budget pay on that. Dawn, I'm talking to you. Yep, $42. That's a little over $1 a day for the remaining 4 months. That makes this a very doable proposition for a lot of us out there. Because look, I'm not gonna, because I sell too much jewelry here, right? And occasionally, I'll pony up for one of the more expensive pieces. But what I'm usually keeping my eye out for, if we're being completely honest, is I'm looking for pieces like this, where I know the gemstone, and if I decide later on, I want to put that in, but I know the gemstone is top gem quality. I feel like this is borderline a high 2A, low AAA in that stone, which makes it a very, very, very nice and top gem quality gemstone. You add to that the fact that this mounting is amazing. It looks, this has the look of a $10,000 ring all day, every day. And you're just not paying that. And the delivery system makes it a little bit better, but we're just giving you a great deal. That's going to be a 1 carat on that center stone, correct? I'm sorry, you scrolled down and I wasn't even paying attention.
No worries.
Una mas. Yes, that is a full carat. So minimum carat on the center stone. Looks a lot bigger, quite frankly. Emeralds can be a little deceptive because you can kind of space them out a little bit. You can cut them a little bit thinner because of the deep saturation color. And you're still not going to see the window because you'll have a little bit of the jardin in there. That's the garden. But this is a nice one, folks. Now, how many do we have? That I do not know. But I will say, most of what we've shown you, we've been in the dozen or less. So I got to assume this is probably somewhere thereabouts. Yes, it is. Well, no, this one we actually have a couple more of. Sweet. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be, that's the reason why we did it so low. Ha. Yeah, we got a couple dozen of these to go around. This is going to be the one. All right, take advantage of it, folks. $209, that's outright. That's not a budget pay. That's the outright price for that. No way, Jose. Yes way, Jose. You can get it today. That's amazing. That's a killer look. That is shop 8. Shop 9?
9.
That was shop 9. Shop 9. Take advantage of that amazing piece, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we are at the halfway point. So I'm going to take this opportunity to thank everybody for watching. My name is Chris, in case you just found us. I work here at Shop LC. We do these live streams at 10 and 2 p.m. We're doing a lot of them at 6 p.m. now. We're doing this one in particular on Thursday at 8 p.m. now. It seems to have become a staple. Now, this is the second week in a row that I've done emeralds. Why? Because I'm a big fan of emeralds, but also I knew that we had some really fantastic new stuff coming in emeralds, i.e. this ring right here. And we had a couple last week that I was just totally blown away that they didn't sell out. So I wanted to bring a couple of those back here and give you a second opportunity, a second bite of that apple to get these while you can get them still in this lower price point venue here. We're guaranteed to get the lowest prices here, whether they've been on television, on the internet, or even that they've been shown here before. We're getting at or below the prices that we've done them at before. So I think this is the ideal way to shop when we talk about the live streams. I think it's a fun way to do it because you basically just get to sit here and interact with your host, unless you don't like the host, in which case it's probably a bummer. Sorry, guys. But if you do, feel free to chime in, say hello. We really appreciate that. Also, we're here at your disposal. If there's something I go too fast on, or if I go too slow, don't be afraid to be like, hey, dude, come on, man, hustle it up. Or, hey, slow it down. Bring this one back. Could you show shop 6? Could you show this again? Time permitting, I'm going to try to accommodate you. I respect your dollars, and I appreciate your patronage and you guys watching, even if you don't buy anything. So now that brings me to how do you go about getting an item if in fact you do see something, you have seen that piece and you're like, oh, that's the one. Oh my gosh, that's that stop. That's the color. That's the, the clarity that I want. That's everything that I want. So that's the gold or the silver or the, whatever it may be, platinum that I want it in. Once you realize that, I give you a shop number. I'll shop 1, shop 6, shop 8. It's all one word. You'll put it in this comment section right here. Click on that. That's going to redirect you to our website. Just once you get there, you'll see all the information. Most of that information is usually what I give you throughout the course of the show. Okay? So, but it'll recap. It'll tell you about the carat weight of said gemstone. In the cases of tonight, your emerald, your May birthstone. And it'll tell you what metal it's in, all that good stuff. Tell you gram weight, typically, everything. And then you can go ahead and get it. But I do want to remind everybody, we are doing the code LIVE25, which we've been doing for probably about the past 6 months now. So don't forget to punch that in at checkout because you're going to get an additional 25% off on what are already marked down for this show in particular, and for all the live stream shows. They mark them down already, and then you get an additional 25. That's why I think it's the way to shop for sure in terms of if you're wanting to get the most bang for your buck. And a lot of times, we'll sell items that are on here on the TV side of things a little bit higher, and I'm not ashamed to say that because I think they're worth it. I think most of what I've shown you tonight would be worth it selling if I was selling each of these $100 more, quite frankly. I wouldn't blink an eye. If I saw them in the retail locations for $100 more, I'd be like astounded because you won't. You're gonna spend far more at most of your traditional brick and mortar stores, and usually for less quality, quite frankly. Also, another thing to consider. Once you get your purchase here, if for whatever reason, unless it's a clearance item, and I specifically say clearance, and we are still in clearance on the TV side of things, but we're not here. So unless I say this is a clearance item, you still have a 30-day inspection window. So in other words, if you get home and you're just like, oh man, Chris lied to me, or no, he didn't lie to you. But maybe our opinions are different on something. Fair enough. I'm not going to hurt my feelings. Send it back. You have a 30-day inspection period. You risk virtually nothing. And you have everything to gain. Beauty, something astounding, something that people are going to grab your hand and something that's going to really, I think, help with confidence, quite frankly. I feel better when I wear, like, for example, I'm wearing like a gold chain today, right? It's cool. And I think, I'm okay without, but I think that's a nice touch. And so these things can really, I think, enrich our lives. And also, they're valuable, not just to me. This is not just valuable to me. I can go to any country. Ditto that with this ring, because that emeralds are universally loved the world over, have been for millennia. And I can go to any country in the world, third world, first world, doesn't speak a lick of English, speaks English, whatever it may be. And it's going to be something that's valuable. And not just myself, but to everybody. It's universally known. So that's another beautiful thing about when we talk about jewelry, and in particular emeralds, which is one of the most popular precious gemstones. One of the 4 precious gemstones: diamonds, rubies, emeralds, and sapphires. And there's arguments about which, other gemstones that are precious, semi-precious, whatever. But we know for a fact those are the ones that are known as precious gemstones. And they're universally expensive. The earth mine in particular, absolutely. So, that said, let's move on, shall we? All right, let's take a look at this. I'm sorry?
Can you talk about your purchase fees for a sec?
Yeah, let's talk about that. another beautiful thing. One of the reasons why I started working here. It's not the main reason, but it was a nice cherry on top. Is when I saw that every purchase that you make here and that anybody makes here, we take on from our end of it. We're not rounding up on your behalf, but we take from our end and donate on your behalf a meal to a hungry child, potentially a hungry child, through our Your Purchase Feeds affiliation. There's No Kid Hungry here in the United States. There's Chai Patra in Jaipur, India, or I don't know if it's based in Jaipur, but it's in India, where our parent company is located at. So no matter what, every purchase that you make, it could be a $1 purchase, it could be a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 purchase here. No matter how big or small that purchase may be, on your behalf, we will donate a meal. We don't round up again. It's been something that's been baked into the cake for quite some time. And particularly during the pandemic, I was talking to Becky Booker, who I'm actually going to be on with tonight on the overnight, shameless plug, from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. But I was talking to her one day on air, and she was saying that, yes, during the pandemic, that the Your Purchase Feeds and No Kid Hungry were actually one of the groups that was going around to the houses of children who in neighborhoods that maybe weren't so well off, and delivering meals to the kids, which I think is a beautiful thing. You don't get to sort of choose the environment in which you're born into, and so I think that's a lovely thing, and I'm really proud to be a part of it, and I think you should be too, because we do that on your behalf. So cheers, love it. And they're warm, nutritious meals. They're not like the bad stuff, like the pizza and weird-looking pizza that back in my day we used to have at the lunchroom. No. Good, nutritious meals. All right, that said, the next item, for those of you who thought, that it was going to be a show where, gosh, you're going to be showing, $1,000 items, this and that, and $100 items and this and that. It's not going to be anything for me. Au contraire. Because, and I'm so tempted to say, do we have this in the tent? The tent sold out. The tent was available a minute ago. All right, I think the tent already sold out. I was about to say, this could work as a gents ring. I'm always trying to figure out a way to get the gents in there. It's got a low profile-ish, not a wide band per se, but that'll work. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what we're looking at here is going to be 80 points. You've got 18 karat vermeil, so you're getting a very expensive look. Again, could be a ring guard if you can afford to get two of them. Guess what? You can't afford to get two of them. Not going to be $549. We've got this marked down to $69. That means after the code LIVE25, you get this for $52. That's not a budget pay price. $52 is your outright price. There is still a budget pay on that. Divide that by 3, 52. So less than $20. It's like $17. You get this home. $17 and some $17.49. I did that math in my head. Mm-hmm. The genius. It's the genius.
He's a savant.
Yeah, an idiot savant. Folks, now that was the good news. So basically, we're practically giving this away. These are genuine earth mine emeralds. Excellent, deep, rich. I mean, like they got like forest green color on these. So really pretty, and they're beautifully matched and mated, all kind of cut to precision to be just like one another. Let's say we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. 5 will go into 80 points, however many times that is. So you're talking about well over 10 points a piece, probably in the neighborhood of, about 15, 16, about 16 points a piece on each of those. See that math I did again? It's that alpha brain kicking in. Now, because we only have 15 of these, though, that's the sort of, that's the bummer of it all. I think these sell out. This is probably the most affordable item we have on our show. It's in precious metal. Folks, $52 for that, for genuine emeralds, almost a full carat. And they look a lot bigger, quite frankly. Those look like 20 points a piece to me. But we'll go with the 80 points. I'm fine with that. And it's all in precious metal. Now, it's going to look much more beautiful on your hands, ladies. I'm just kind of showing it to you. But guys, we have that in a 9. So, I mean, if the gents want to get it, I think that's kind of unisex. They don't necessarily. My criteria is like a low profile and a wide band. It's not the widest band, but it's a relatively low profile. It's not like foo-foo. I think that's kind of unisex. But if you want to get 2 of these, ladies, if you can get in on time before they sell out, You might want to use those as ring guards, or you could stack them up together, much like we showed you with one of the earlier rings that we showed you. You know, this is more of a gold kind of look of that, and it's got ovals, but this one was very affordable too if it's not sold out yet. But that one was in the white gold, and that was channel set. But I think you could stack this one up too if you can get in time to get two that are in your size. But again, we only have 15 or 14 of those to start out with. There's probably less of them now. So time is not your friend here. Again, you'll have the 30-day inspection period. Grab a couple of those though. Make a perfect gift for anybody in May that has a May birthday. Because you can't get lab growns at this price. $17.50. $17.50. You can't even get a bucket of chicken for that. Come on in, folks. It's even got the nice sort of finished under gallery there too, so it feels very comfortable. It feels like butter. And that 18 karat gold overlay makes, on top of 925 silver, that makes it look very, very expensive too. So yeah, it's going to give you like a $1,500 look that you're getting for less than $20. Genuine earth mine emeralds for less than $20. Who'd have known in the year 2025? Future. It's here. All right. That, folks, is going to be shop 10. Is that correct?
Yes.
Shop 10. They're very, very limited. Usually when we have those less expensive items that are such a great value under the $100 mark, so do with that what you will, but that is a steal of a deal, folks. Congratulations, those of you who did take advantage of it. All right, this next one, a little bit different from everything that we have in the show. You're getting a knuckle-to-knuckle look. I love rings like this. I think knuckle is a very sexy look on a lady. I think it's mystique, it's intrigue. I'm just going to show it to you on my big hands. Obviously, it's not meant for me, but it's going to give you a nice big look.
Might be sold out of this one.
What? Oh, man. Looks like we may be sold out. That might have been just a little tease there, but show us a bunch of them. Or like at least 4 or 5. We don't have them?
Yeah, it says sold out on the web. It's like they just got them.
Yeah. Inconceivable. All right, what I'm going to recommend, that was a tease then. Sorry about that. Give you one last look at it. If you're interested in that, maybe call the personal shopper. See if you can't work out something with them. They might be able to have something. I think those are sold out. You know, it might have been a situation where before because we had 15 that showed available, but they may have shown it on TV like a second ago, accidentally. You know, they got our wires crossed and then but if they did sell out on TV, what almost always happens is 1 or 2 will pop back in. So I encourage you to dial this number, 888. Can we keep it in our show, though?
Yeah.
Okay. Dial this number, 888-835-2237. I'm guaranteed that's what happened. That's what happened. They just gave it to somebody on TV, and the wires crossed. They didn't know that we were doing it here, and so it sold out. But understand that we were going to do that for $279, which would have been about basically $200. Okay? So if you love it, call this number, 888-835-2237. Everybody should have that number saved in their phone. Okay? Oh, I should also say, on your various social media platforms, and I should probably solicit more often. I still want to act all thirsty and everything, but do please, if you would, with sugar on top, pretty please and all, like, share, subscribe on whatever various social media platforms that you have. Even if you don't buy anything, it goes a long way towards sort of spreading the word. And you know, the more people that watch, the more we sell. The more we sell, the more we can bring items in, continue to do them at the low prices that we do them at for you. So that would be much appreciated. Yes? Very good. All right, cool. So sorry about that tease, folks. That appears to be sold out. Call the personal shopper if you're really in love with it. And there's a lot to love. It's a super cool piece and very different from a lot of the traditional that we have, which the traditional and classics are classics for a reason. Because they're never going to go out of style. They're always going to be in vogue. We already showed that one, didn't we?
No, we had another one similar.
Oh.
We showed it earlier.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, wait. Now I'm very, very confused. Okay, so did we show the right one earlier, or? Uh-oh. No, this looks exactly. Oh, no, you're right. Oh, wait.
You know, they do look very similar, though, so I don't blame you.
Holy moly. Yeah, you're right. It's hard to tell them apart. I think, okay, I got it. I know. Okay, so the one we did earlier, well, now I'm worried I might have shown the wrong one earlier in terms of the price and stuff. Stand by, folks. Give me just a second to figure out what I'm doing here. So that goes there, and this would go Okay, so this one just doesn't have I don't think this one has the, well, it says certified and appraised. We still want the appraisal for it, maybe?
No.
Okay. No biggie. Actually. Oh, you know what? That's why earlier I was saying there's no way. I was like, that to me. Wait, let's see, 4A. Yeah, because I was saying they had a 3A, and I was like, there's no way. I was like, this is 4A in my opinion. Remember? I was right. That was 4A. This one looks just like it, but it is 3A. See that the difference? See, I had to overrule this person, but I really didn't because I was actually showing the 4A one. So my apologies, but this is virtually the exact same look, folks. It's in 18 karat and everything. It's basically just a AAA version of this stone. Okay, so if you saw that one earlier that I showed, and I was like, I was looking at the same. I was looking at the card for this one, when in fact that was the one I was showing. So this is the first one I showed. They're the same exact design, ditto pretty much across the board except for AAA versus a quad A. So this is a perfect illustration. I want to use this as an example then. And look, there's no wrong decision because we're doing this one for a lot less money, quite frankly. Okay. And I'm just going to use this as an example. So this is the quad A. The one that I was like, there's no way, that's quad A. They're wrong. Because I was looking at the 3A. And then this is the 3A. See how it's a little bit lighter in the color. Still a top gem, world-class quality emerald. Just not quite the deep color saturation that you see in that one. Capiche? But still, top gem, world-class quality. When we're talking about AAA, we're still talking about the top 5 percentile. It's still worthy of being in 18 karat, and in fact is in 18 karat gold. So friends, if you're just not wanting to spend as much, I'm thinking, yeah, that could be the route to go. Only the very sophisticated eye is going to be able to tell the difference. We're doing this. We had $11,999. We've got this one. Now, this will be on clearance too, though. So this is going to be important here. It is on clearance. So that means no 30-day inspection period. But we're not doing it for the $29.99. Today we're doing it for $2,079, which means you get this for $1,559 today. Okay? Again, clearance item. So we're practically giving it away at this price, though. I will say. Oh, that's a little confusing. I should have. You know what? I should have looked at that in my notes and known the difference. Now, this one we only have 2 of these available. There are only 2. So it's going to be very important. If you want to grab that, and you're going to get it after the code LIVE25, you're going to get this for $1,559. That is definitely a sweet deal. Because look, at $1,559, just for the mounting alone, you did fantastic. Okay? It is going to be a full carat. Scroll down. I don't want to make a liar of myself. It should be a full carat. Or just about, maybe. Maybe like a 95 to a carat 05. It's carat 27. I stand corrected. Shows what I know. I'd rather under-promise than over-deliver. And that's what we're doing with this one. Definitely over-delivering on this one. 18 points in SI diamonds. Again, 18 karat gold, folks. You can get it home for $311. There's 2 of them, though. This probably sells out. Let me know if you want me to flash in that versus the quad A version of it. But it's the exact same ring. It's just a AAA versus a quad A. Now, on this one, you do have, this is coming along with it. They've got it at $7,000. $7,000? Yes. This is shop 12. Shop 12. And I'm happy to show that on my finger if you want to see. Excellent hand model that I am. That's good quality stone. That's a beautiful stone. Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to move on. Amazing, amazing opportunity right there, folks. Yeah, that was a little confusing, but we're good. Yeah.
Bracelets.
And Ileana, too. Wow. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have a plethora of bracelets. In fact, what is the opposite of a plethora? And that's what we have in bracelets. Okay? For you today, I have 3 of these. They are AAA quality. That is to say that each one of these is going to be very much each one of these is going to be very much the quality of that AAA quality stone, top gem, world class, I think, in my opinion, that we just showed you. Definitely top gem for sure. Now, you've got your traditional bracelet here. There are only 3 of these to go around, ladies and gentlemen. Last in stock opportunity. We are going to be giving it away. After you use the code LIVE25, you'll be getting this. And we have it in a 6.5 and a 7.25. So then we have 1 in each, or 2 in the 6.5. Gentlemen, if you can squeeze into that 7.25, go for it. This makes this. I think this is cool for the guys too. 110%. I would totally rock it if we had an 8. Can't quite fit it. Oh man. Guess what? $19.99. After that, you get it for $14.99. $14.99. The carat weight alone, ladies and gentlemen, that's 8 carat 40. That's on the smaller one. The 6.5 carat is 8 carat 40. Probably going to be another, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 points, 40 points more on the 7.25, because it'll just be about an extra link or 2. It'll be an extra 1 or 2 of these. But they're all beautifully matched, mated, calibrated. You've got all of this in 10 karat gold. This is not in vermeil. It's a vermeil price. I get it. Because you don't get genuine gemstones, genuine earth mine, AAA. Whoop, can't hurt them. They're 8 on the most hardness scale. It's not going to do anything. 10 karat gold's very, very solid. Everyday wearable here. That's luxury. But that's luxury you can wear every day. I think it's absolutely cool with the like what I'm wearing. Or ladies, you just have a regular t-shirt and blue jeans on, rock it. Go for it. You can dress it up. You can wear this with your watch. It's gonna complement everything. You wear. Ooh. Did DJ or John? Did you guys have a tennis bracelet on the show before this one?
No.
They didn't have one tennis. Yeah, they did. They had a blue tennis bracelet, I think.
On which show?
On the show right before me.
I wouldn't know. I wasn't here for that.
Oh, okay. John, are you in there? Are you about there?
No, he did.
Oh, he stepped out for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this will look good with a tennis bracelet, a diamond tennis bracelet as well. I think that'd be a power move. There's 3. I think this sells out. How could it not? Look at that. Look at the number of gemstones that you're getting. Look at the carat weight. Could you just click on the 7.25 for me really quick? And then I want you to scroll down. So the 7.25 is going to be 9 carat 60. 9 carat 60 on the 7.25. And then, let's see. 8 carat 40, and that's on the 6.5. That's a lot. So these are, and 21 of those. So let's see, 21, 840 minus or divided by 21. So you're looking at probably 40 points a piece on just each one of these stones. I mean, look at that. If that's a past, present, and future ring just on me, that would work. That would be a good look, right? So that's a ring right there. Remember, the blank here is 10 karat gold. Classic style, never ever going to go out of style. Always going to be in vogue. Always going to be valuable. Always going to be cherished. This heirloom quality. This is a killer deal. And folks, your budget pay on this is going to be about $300. $299 is going to get this home, and then you'll pay $10 a day for the remaining 4 months. If you can afford $299 initial investment, you're getting top gem quality, beautifully matched, mated, calibrated, cut to precision. Nice size stones. Look, and I got big gorilla hands, right? Those are pretty good size, even as a solitaire ring. Put a little halo on it. That'd be a beautiful solitaire ring. Each one of these stones. You're getting it all. $14.99. Great deal. And these are pretty stones too. Very, very nice. Nice clarity on those. Nice color. There's 3. Those are going to sell out. Okay, if they don't, I'm going to grab one. 48 hours, folks. That's how long you have. Okay? We lock all these prices in. 25, live 25 code, everything. So if you watch this and maybe you caught it on your social media platforms and you want to go back and rewatch it, or maybe you missed something or you weren't quite sure what I said about something, assuming that I don't get censored, we should have up and running. Do these live in perpetuity? Okay.
On the website.
John just kind of gave a little sly smile there. He's like, this one may not make it to prime.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know if we're going to be able to repeat this one. But these should be available to you guys to go back and rewatch. You go to shoplc.com and you can rewatch these anytime. Now, other than maybe, if you see just looking at something cool or seeing something cool, they don't do you much good after the 48-hour period, even though they do live in perpetuity. But unless you just want to sit there and watch your favorite hosts, you don't want to see me ramble. So you want to get in on these deals. As I speak right now, it's 7:31. Okay, that's to say it's the last day of July. So in 2 days, all these deals go away. More than likely, any of them that are left, if they're already left, I doubt there's going to be any in this bracelet. I think that sells out because there's only 3. But anything that's left, those prices will probably raise back up, and they'll raise back up to a reasonable price, but it'll be a couple $100 extra depending on the piece. All right, so we're going to move on. That was shop 14.
14, yes.
Shop 14. Okay, there's 3. There's 3. So be mindful of that. All right, now take a look.
So you know, we have 3 items left, 30 minutes.
3 items, 30 minutes. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'm fine with having a little bit of extra time because I can always go back and there's things I want if I want to kind of show you what I think some of the highlights are. All right, here you go. Speaking of highlights, this is one. This is one of the pieces de resistance. This is a massive stone. How is this? It says 2 carat 55, but it looks like about a 4 carat. Look at this, folks. Hello, beautiful. Look at that color. This is again where I must disagree. I have to disagree. I do not think this is AAA. I would call that quad A. Even though I didn't, we found out that I did disagree, and then I was actually showing the quad A earlier instead of the AAA. But this one, I feel like that to me looks like quad A. Just my personal opinion, though, for what it's worth. I've been doing this for like 15 years, but 18 karat yellow gold. Now, I'd rather underpromise and overdeliver. So let's call it, for the sake of argument here, let's call this the AAA. AAA is fine. AAA is still in the top percentile, right? It's a big stone. It's a carat 80. I think it looks like a 2 carat plus. I'm not going to argue that. But tell me that doesn't look, I got very big hands. I'm not a hand model. I know they're very unattractive. But I just want you to understand, I've got really big hands, and this looks really big on my really gigantic hands. So you can imagine what's going to look like on your hands, ladies, how beautiful this is going to look, and the big presentation that's going to have. But that stone, that color saturation, it doesn't get much deeper than that. That is the ideal, in my personal opinion. That's the reason why I was saying that looks to me to be the quad A material. Now, this picture looks a little bit lighter in the picture, but I think it's just the angle that they have it at. But to me, amazing. So, carat 80, big benchmark, right? Because we're well over a carat and 3/4, 1.75. That's huge. Let's see, 22 points in diamonds. Scroll down, that can't be right. I think that's just in your initial halo. So you've got this really nice round halo, right? Halo of rounds as your initial. And then you've got the secondary ballerina halo with these fanned out, beautiful baguettes, these tapered baguettes. And that's going to be 52 points. These are top quality diamonds too. So you're talking SI, so they're going to be eye clean. They have to be. Baguettes will show everything. And so when you got a baguette, you're taking a risk, right? The calculated risk. Unless you do it in moissanite, with diamonds, you got to be at least SI or better, or else it's going to be rough. It's going to show everything. So these are really, really nice. You've got them G to H, so we're going to be blinding white on all of those. This is an expensive piece. This piece, at the retail level, I think, yes, this piece you're looking at well over $15,000. Well, what is it? What's our starting price on it? It's got to be like 20 grand or something. $16,999. Okay, fair enough. I think that's actually spot on. If it said 20 grand, I'd say that's a little bit high. I think we could do it for $16,999. I think that is pinpoint exactly where this would be at the retail level. Guess what? We're not at the retail level. We're much better. Shh. Actually, tell everybody. Don't keep it a secret. $5,000, $4,999. That's what we're doing this for. Big, bold, beautiful, top gem. Check. Color, cut, clarity, carat weight. You'll get it down. Not at $4,999, you've got 25% off of that. So that takes this down to $37.49. Go out and get it appraised. Look, I understand this is going to be a considered purchase. It is one of the pieces de resistance. I think this is one of the top gem quality ones that we have here. I call it Quad A, in my personal opinion. We got it. They got it 3A. Fair enough.
I can see it clear across the studio. It's massive.
It is massive. And not only it's when you have this kind of color saturation, what I call Quad A color saturation, I just have a disagreement with them. But now I had that disagreement earlier, but it turned out we got to the bottom of that. I didn't really have a disagreement earlier. This I do have a disagreement because I think that's the Quad A. I've seen a lot lighter color saturation called Quad A. So it's just a small disagreement. Guy might have something in his eye that day. Now we're doing this for $37.49 after the code Life25. You can cut that into 5 payments with the budget pay. So that's going to get that down to, let's see, 35, 37. So 35 is 7. It's going to get about $749. So less than $1,000 gets this home. I think it screams $20,000. 16.9 is probably spot on. But they put it. I mean, they've got it at a very conservative. And this is one they found in the vault that got lost. How much you want to bet? This got lost.
Yeah.
This is from 2023. This would have sold out by now. This is too pretty. It's too classic. This is the ideal ring that everybody wants. Everybody, you can't keep these in. I guarantee you, this is one. Well, look what they're doing, because we're doing clearance on the other side of things right now, right, folks? On the TV side, and I'll be on tonight from 2 a.m. I think clearance has ended, but we were doing clearance. What happens is they go in and they find these boxes in the back of the vault that some of them haven't even been opened in years. I guarantee you, because this is way too beautiful. This would have sold out by now easily. How many of these do we have? This is way too good a deal. But anyway, they got it at $11,550. Now that was from 4/10/2023. It's over 2 years ago. Okay, this is an 18 karat gold. So over 2 years ago, they had it at $11,000. This would probably appraised by the same person right now for probably close to our estimated retail value, I suspect, because they're usually very conservative. So they probably go up about another, I don't know, $2 to $3 grand on that. So 11, 12, 13, 14. Go out and get this appraised yourself, folks. Now, here's the good news. I think we do have a couple of these available. In fact, no. Check that. We don't. We've only got 3. So there's 3. But if you go to the website, you're going to see a bunch of availability of different sizes. That means you can get this in whatever size, because we will size it up or down to 2. So just go to the website. You can still do it. And if you have any issues there, you can always call the personal shopper. But according to my books here, we've only got 3 of these. It is heavy. That gram weight is very, that's weighty. I wonder what they put the gram weight at. I don't think they say it on here.
It says 6 grams.
6 grams?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. 6 grams, ladies and gentlemen, of 18 karat gold. That is weighty. That's a weighty piece. Yeah, it feels very, very heavy. Don't miss that. There's 3. I understand. Consider purchase. Consider it and get it. It's not on clearance. You'll have the 30-day inspection period. But if you're in love with this, like I am, there's only 3. So if you really love it, take a shot. Get it on budget pay. $749. You get it home. You're not in love with it. But I would go out and get this appraised yourself. I think it's going to appraise a lot higher, personally. I can't promise that, but I definitely tend to believe that. And I love how the mounting here, I want to show y'all too. Look at this. Notice how it sort of steps up ever so slightly. It's really, really well done too. You got the nice birdcage styling there too. You're going to have a little bit of honeycomb under gallery as well. But I like that birdcage style, because what that does is it lifts it up just a hair. And so what that's going to do is let a little bit of light underneath. And because you do have, in my opinion, Quad A saturation, color saturation, it's going to allow a little bit more light to come through there by having that birdcage gallery and those sort of gills, for lack of a better term. I know that's not a sexy way of describing it, but this sort of, the little cage. It's going to let a little bit of light underneath there, and it's going to allow that stone to just glow, light up like neon. And it's got amazing cutting too. So, yeah, that is a quality piece. And that would look fantastic, by the way, Oh, yeah. If you got that bracelet and you got this, now you're cooking with a red hot flame. See, this is AAA. This, in my estimation, is going to be the quad A material all day, every day. Bing, bing, boom. I don't care what's your. I mean, they're third party. I just have a disagreement. That's okay. We can still be friends. But that is Top Gem, world class. No question, no doubt about it. There's 3, folks. Don't let that get sold out from underneath you. Okay? All right, now, classic look here. Beautiful stone. I'm loving it. AAA, I'll agree with that. Man, that's got deep color too. Now, Cajun Mine, absolutely fantastic. Classic look, never going to go out of style with that halo. Going to amplify it. $14,299. This is a big boy. 2 carat 15 altogether. Is that going to breach the 2? I'm not sure. Probably about 1 carat 90. Let's scroll down and get that. If we could, por favor. Let's see what that. Carat 75. It shows like a 2 carat. Doesn't it look like a 2 carat John? Look at this from across the room.
Massive.
It looks massive. Emeralds, you just get a lot of bang for your buck with emeralds, I think. I mean, that's a 9x7. Okay, so a 9x7 with any other gemstone is going to be like a 2 carat 20 or something. So that might be part of it now. So it's not just an optical illusion. It actually is that covers a lot of real estate. Okay, and look again. I'm not like gigantic. I'm not like a lineman or anything. But I'm 6'2". I'm a pretty big dude, and that looks big if I was wearing it, right?
Yeah.
It's got a lot of presence. So that is unbelievable. Beautiful diamonds, everything about it. This is going to be an 18 karat yellow gold. So it is going to be from the Ileana collection. They've got it at $7,999. We've got it down to $3,199. You take off the Live 25 using that Live 25 code, and now $23.99. So the last item, I apologize. The last item was shop 18.
It was shop
16.
14. This is 15.
Okay, this is 15. The last item was shop 14, though. FYI, I apologize. It just occurred to me that I didn't repeat that.
All good.
So this is shop 15. Shop 15. It is one of the few pendants that we have, other than that one that I showed you earlier. So what I will say is, I love the gold. That's amazing. It's not going to come with a chain, but no worries. We got plenty of chains that we can sell you at shoplc.com. We'll deal with that later on, right? But classic look. Again, can't say enough about it. The gem is top quality, and it looks big. That's the key. You want to look big. I'll tell you the bummer part about things now, folks. Get it for $23.99. But the bummer is there's 2. There's only 2. There's only 2. I think this will look great with the one that we just showed you. I think this will couple great with the bracelet that we showed you. I think it would couple great with any of the rings, in particular this one that we showed you. I think those 2 look beautiful together. Really any of them, even the ones that are in white. I think either one of those is going to look fantastic with, whether you get the AAA or the Quad A. And I think you can mix the metals. So it's going to look great with any of them, but this is really, other than the emerald cut that we have, this is our only pendant that we have here for you today. It's going to be at that markdown price, $23.99. You're going to divide that by 5, and you're going to get basically, it'll be about 400 and some change. We'll get this home. And it's an 18 karat gold. Don't worry about the chain. We'll get you a chain, shoplc.com. But that is an amazing deal, folks. Again, there's only 2. So if you love that, please don't hesitate. Don't procrastinate. And that would actually look really good with one of this second to last item that we're going to show you here, which I think is just a really beautiful, elegantly simplistic, but there's a lot going on very subtly on the shoulders of this mounting. Take a look at this. You got this nice mill grain work going on, right? You got a subtle past, present, future, because you kind of got a little bit, these are sort of stepped up little rounds. You almost don't notice them because of that very large center stone. This is a beautiful piece. This is a classic piece. This will never go out of style. It's always going to be in vogue. And it has that vintage feel because of that nice mill grain work that you're seeing, which you rarely do see these days. It's just like a little hand tooling going on. Now, I got good news and bad news. The bad news is you're not going to have an opportunity to return this. The good news is we are doing this on clearance. And so basically we're going to take this down so low that if you could afford it, it's going to be an offer you can't refuse. Because we're doing this on clearance for $1,359. However, you still have that code Live25, which gets us down essentially to $1,000, $1,019, $1,019 for that AAA quality. That's a Gem Field Emerald, ladies and gentlemen, top quality. It's well over a carat. It's in 14 karat gold. $1,000 will not pay for this mounting. Maybe the mounting minus the diamonds dealer to dealer. And yeah, we could do that in 14 karat gold. But $1,000 and the diamonds and that mill grain work, and look at the box mounting there, a substantial amount of gold for the most part there. Very classy design work there. And that gemstone, forget about it. Can you scroll down just a little bit? Yes, it is well over a carat. So we're well over a benchmark on this absolutely stunning stone. It looks better in person. Actually, it looks better in person. Look at that. And look at that glow. I mean, look at that color saturation. Look at the clarity there. Look at the embers. Yes, yes, and more yes. Yes, please. Genuine earth mine gemstone. No wonder people are in love with emeralds. This is just, it'll take your breath away. Now, how many are we looking at having available to you? We've got 7 of them, so I'm satisfied that we have enough for you guys. What I will say is, when these items are not under 1,000, and I'm really happy that we got it butted up just to the $1,000 mark. Why? Because we will do free ring sizing for that. So we've got it. I mean, in 3 different sizes. We've got it in an 8 and a 7 and a 6. But you can do this with free. You can free ring size this to whatever size you want, as long as it's within 2. Okay, up or down by 2. So we'll handle that for you. Even if you want to do a half ring size, if you want to do like a 6.5, and because I think I wear about like a 14, 12 and a half, but I just end up having to get 12. It's nice to do that. $1,000, folks. Come on. $200. If you can afford $200, you're going to get what is easily 5,000 karat material all day, every day at the retail level in 14 karat gold. That's the ideal too. 14, if we're being honest, it's not too soft. It's got the luxury. It's really the sweet spot, I think, for gold, for that everyday wearability. This is the piece. $1,000. No way. Forget about it. Full carat plus on the center stone. Love it. All right. So that one's going to be shop 116 or shop 16. Excuse me.
Shop 16. Yeah.
Where did I get the 1 from?
Old days.
Huh?
The old days.
Oh yeah, that's right. And just FYI, folks, for what it's worth, they've got it at $4,000 as of 11/13/2023. They put it at $4,000. So probably $5,000 from the same person, $5,200, something like that. Conservative third party, that's coming along for the ride. So you can get this insured, and you're going to have instant equity should, God forbid, something happen to the stone. But go and get this appraised for yourself. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I think it will definitely, I better not say one way or the other, but yeah, I think that should be off. Drum roll, please. That's an amazing piece, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got 7 of them.
She's a beaut.
Drum roll, please. Are you ready for the piece de resistance? That means we've really got what I think, in my personal opinion, would you guys agree? I mean, you don't have to agree. I'm not looking for yes men in my life here.
Well, I'll tell you if I don't agree.
Piece de resistance. Yeah, look, this is the one, that piece that stands head and shoulders, stands head and shoulders really above everything else. And of course, you put the best in the best. I've made no bones about it. I love emeralds in gold. I do. However, platinum is the king. It just is. It just is. Look, if we have a band together, yeah, we want to make a gold record for sure. For sure, we want to make a gold record. I play a little guitar. Do you know that?
I didn't know that.
Pretty darn good.
Hey.
Yeah. I just picked it up about 9 months ago, and got a couple songs. Got to put some lyrics to them. But
you on Spotify, Chris?
I haven't put anything out there. No, I'm not good enough yet. I'm not throwing anything out there. Why? Why do you ask? No, but I will pretty soon. Just wait. Anyway, I digress. So you want to get a gold album, right? That's you've reached the heights then, or have you? But when your album goes platinum, now you sold. I think that's like when you sold. I think a couple million. You can go gold like a couple 100,000 records back in the day, I guess. And now I guess it would be singles or something. You sold a couple 100,000. But once you get into that million plus, somewhere thereabouts, don't quote me on exactly, that's when it's in platinum. In other words, that's the pinnacle. That's the best. It's one of the hardest metals known to man, or at least precious metals, right? It requires temperatures in excess of 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit to melt this material. So it's got a high melting point. It does not oxidize. It does not, you don't have to worry about this, anything. You just, little damp cloth, forget about it. And it will always look like that. It's going to protect that very, 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 very expensive top gem, world-class gemstone. And that, folks, is the best of the best. You've got the color, the cut, the clarity, the carat weight in spades across the board. No doubt, no equivocation, no anything. That is absolutely the best of the best when it comes to emerald. That's the material that people pay the big, big money, the 10,000 plus a carat for. That is it. This is it. This even looks big on my big hands. I'm going to take it off, though, because I don't want to scare anybody off with it. But, again, the mounting, it's different. It's a classic, though. You've got a half a picture frame, halo in the rounds. Love what they did with that. Gives it that sunburst design, but then it's coupled with this just channel of slightly graduated, excellent, and they're stepped down emerald cuts. Beautifully done. Beautifully tailored. It's a masterpiece. Okay? It is a masterpiece. It will never go out of style. This will always be heirloom quality if you properly care for the gemstones. It's an 8 on the most hardness scale. Hard to hurt that. Hard to hurt platinum. Hard to hurt diamonds. Can't hurt the diamonds, really. It's heavy. It comes with the third-party independent appraisal, and of course, this will be from our Rapsy. So this is coming in a very, very nice, like a fancy box and everything. But folks, this is for those the very discerned, those that want the absolute finest and will accept nothing less. Look, full disclosure, I don't own a piece like this yet. I will. I aspire to. If you can afford it, and we are going to make this so wildly affordable. This is not our most expensive piece. We're doing this today for a little over $4,000. After the code LIVE25, you're going to be able to get this. This is going to blow your mind. For $32.99. This is a carat 67. It shows like a 2 carat 67, quite frankly. This looks bigger than almost any stone that we've had yet, except for that the oval that we just showed you. It looks to me like a 2 carat 20 or something. This is a carat 67. It belies that fact because you've got such amazing cutting. You've got such amazing depth of color, the amplification. And you saw that on my finger, right? Now I've got big hands, but I have new people, so I'm constantly repeating myself. But look how gigantic that looks. I mean, it has presence. Quad A. So again, for those of you, and there's new people that come in and out throughout the show, we've got single A, double A, triple A, quad A. It's very, quite simply, it's a simplified grading system for color. That's to say that once, if you've got single A, it's not to say that's a bad stone. It's just going to be a little bit more paler, a little more washed out in the color. If we're talking about a blue sapphire, it's going to be that really light blue, If we're talking about tanzanite, ditto that, but maybe more on the violet, like the nice blue violets. And they can be pretty. They're softer, more pastels. But as you get deeper and richer in the color saturation, typically up to a point, and there's a point where a law of diminishing returns, but up to a point, when you've got that deep, rich color, that is considered the absolute finest. In other words, that's what people pay the big, big dollars for. That exact color, quad A. It's top 1 percentile. Triple A, top 5 percentile, 5 to 10 percentile. Double A, probably the top 50 percentile. Single A, everything else. So, when you've got quad A, You're in the rarest of the rare. You're very rarefied air, and you can find better in terms of bigger, but you're not going to find better in terms of just color saturation. Nowhere. That is like the pinnacle. It doesn't get better than that. Now, let's talk about. I just had it in my hand. What do I do with it? I set it down right here. Okay, so as of 2025, I think this is very conservative, but I'll accept it. They've got it at $11,500. Remember, you're getting this for $3,299. You can potentially get this for less than $1,000 if you decide to utilize the budget pay. I would totally do that. $659 is going to get it home. If you're not in love with it, you send it back quite simply. Okay? Now, what I would do here, because we don't have a heck of a lot of them, we've only got 4 of them, I would not get this size. I'd get it home. Make sure you love it. I think you will. I can't see how you wouldn't. And see how it stacks up next to your emeralds. It's gonna embarrass most of your other emeralds. I would venture to say, unless you pay $20,000 for them plus. And even those, it'll probably put them to shame. But get it home, and then once you realize, oh my gosh, he wasn't lying. This is amazing, and you know you got to steal, which you did, and you are. Then you can call our personal shoppers, and you can see about getting it sized. Just if they don't have it in your size, I just go ahead and get whatever size home now. Make sure you love it. Then you can call Rapsy or call our personal shopper, which is 888-835-2237. What they're going to do is at that point you can send it back into them, and they can get it sized up however you need to if you want to get it specially sized. But don't miss this opportunity, folks. Those are extremely, extremely limited, and that again, piece de resistance. I don't throw that around lightly. That absolutely one of them, and we've got 4, maybe even less by now. That absolutely, I bet you could totally see that. That could have been a Chairman Vault collection. You typically the Chairman's Vault collection, they want to have them be like a one-off. So maybe they've just had enough rough to do a couple of these, but that's extraordinary. It really is. And it's the ideal cut. I mean, if you're going to get an emerald, you want to get an emerald cut, it's cool. I mean, get them in the ovals, obviously. Those are fantastic too, but, you know, an emerald and an emerald cut. Sweet. And platinum, the best of the best, with the appraisal coming home with it. That's beautiful. All right, folks, that's about all the time we have. I just want to say real quick, everything I said about that particular suite. Yes, that one. I think those are both those are under $300 a piece. Look, if you can't afford the Rhapsody piece yet, if it's not in the cards, then you go for that piece for now, and you made a great decision either way. But that one, folks, with 4 of them, or now 3 probably, that is incredible. All these deals will be locked in. I should say one last word about this. We've only got 3 left in the bracelet. I think that's going to sell out. So if you want that bracelet in 10 karat, you want to take advantage of it now. I think that goes bye-bye. And ditto that on the pendant there. I think we only had 3 of those pendants available. That was the matching pendant for that ring I just showed you. That was under $300 as well. So kind of a little quick highlight there. Thank you all so much for your time. I appreciate you being out there. Dawn, nice talking with you. Folks, I'm going to be on the overnight here in just a couple hours on the TV side of things. Well, Chris, I don't have cable TV. I don't have satellite. Fair enough. Go to shoplc.com or download the app, and you can watch it live. I'll be with, I believe, Becky Booker. We got 10 and under tonight. All right. So shameless plug there. You guys are going to be on at 10 a.m. here tomorrow morning back on the live stream, so I hope you guys check that out. Who's on tomorrow morning?
Marissa Burrows.
Oh, Marissa, who's just on. Okay, yeah, so Marissa's going to be on tomorrow. She's doing a great job. She's fantastic, very, very knowledgeable. So, folks, I thank you very much for your time and patronage, hopefully. As I close the show out, continue to like, subscribe, share. Great job, producers. Guys, we appreciate you. DJ's always wonderful. And, John, wonderful to be with you today, sir, too. Doing a great job. Cheers. I'll see you guys in a little bit. 2 a.m. Central Standard Time, TV side of things. Fun. All righty. You guys need anything? Are we square here?
1 second.